Hello viewers, today we'll learn what is automation testing. So today our agenda is first I will give the introduction of automation testing, then we'll discuss automation life cycle and advantages and disadvantages of automation testing. Then see the how to choose automation tool and how to decide what to automate and what not to automate. First I will give the introduction of what is automation testing. Automation testing is also called as test automation. The tester write scripts and uses other software to test the software application. Automation testing is used to rerun the test scenarios that were performed quickly and repeatedly. Apart from regression testing, automation testing is also used to test the application from load, performance, and stress point of view so that it increase the test coverage and improve the accuracy and save time and cost. Here, automation testing is an just a additional support to speed up our testing activity. It's not a replacement of manual testing. Okay, here we are going to automate the application and without human interaction and with our instructions to automate the application using the automation tools. Then we'll see the stages of automation life cycle. Here we have the different stages. First, we have to define the scope of test automation. It is the first stage of the automation testing life cycle. At this stage, we decide which module of applications can be mechanized and which not, and which test case can be mechanized and how to automate and how to mechanize them. Then choose the right automation tool. So selecting the correct automation testing device is a basic stage for an automation testing life cycle, as testing relies upon automation devices. Here we have to select the best automation tool which suitable for our project. Then next phase is plan, design and strategy. It's the most basic stage of the automation testing life cycle and procedure that characterizes how to approach and achieve the objective of test mechanization. During this stage, we make an automation procedure and plan. While making this, we need consider the some uh, some parameters like tools which we choose for automation, recognize which design framework to be utilized after understanding the upsides and downsides of the testing tool. Then construct a test suite for the automation experiment in the device to test the edge executives. Okay, then next stage is set up the test environment. This phase automation testing lifecycle includes setting up a mission or a distant mission where test scripts will be executed. There are a few main areas of the test environment that needs to be must follows, like test data and multiple browser and automation framework, tools configurations and licenses, and selection of environment, whether staging or live. So these are the things we have to set up in our test environment. Next, test scripts and execution. Once we introduce the test environment, It is an ideal opportunity to execute the test scripts. It is important to run scripts in numerous conditions and over different stages. Okay, next phase is examining and maintenance approach. It is the last phase of automation testing lifecycle. After a wide range of testing is carried out, the testing team examines to determine specific segments that experience an overall number of issues reports. The maintenance approach is an automation testing stage that is used to test the new functionality of the software to validate whether the new functionality added to the product is working fine or not. Okay, so this is about the automation lifecycle phases. Next, we'll see the advantages and disadvantages of the automation testing. So every automation tool have some limitations. So every automation tool have some advantages and disadvantages. Generally, we'll see the advantages and disadvantages of automation testing. Coming to the advantages, the execution is very fast. So without while testing an application manually, everyone knows that testing an application manually is a time consuming job. Suppose if you are using an automation tool, the execution is very fast, will save the time and cost as well. Okay, then reliable. Reliable means automation tool can be performed the same operation each time if you repeatedly test the application multiple times so that we can eliminate the human errors. Then coming to the reusable. Here reusable automation scripts are reusable on different versions of the application of websites. Then coming to the next advantage is repeatable. Repeatable, we can check how the application reacts after repeatedly test the same operation with multiple times. And next advantage is that is everyone knows that if you automate an application, definitely will save the time and cost. Coming to the disadvantages, so every automation tool have some limitations, so definitely will have the some disadvantages. Okay, and if you want to use the automation tool, we have to purchase the licenses. So some tools are open source and some tools are we have to purchase the licenses. So it is an cost effective and some minimum technical resources are required. Like that means minimum programming language required the resources to automate an application, and we cannot automate the all areas. Okay, so this is the advantage and disadvantage of automation testing. Then tool selection criteria. In the while tool selection criteria, we have to consider the few parameters while selecting the automation tools. First, we have to see the license cost and what are the features available in the tool and which technology is supported by the tool and user friendliness and maintenance and support and customer support. We have to see these are the parameters we have to consider while selecting the tool while selecting the automation tool. Okay, next, how to decide what to automate and what not to automate. Here, functionality wise, we have to analyze majorly three factors. One is programmability and frequency of testing and cost. By aggregating these three factors, we'll decide what to automate and what not to automate. So Today we'll learn what is Cypress. Cypress is an open source and paid automation testing tool based on JavaScript to test modern web applications and APIs. Cypress is most widely used by developers and testers. You can perform end-to-end testing, component testing, and unit testing, and etc. Cypress is completely different than Selenium WebDriver. And coming to the advantages of Cypress, so it's easy to use, and also it is an open source, and execution is very fast compared to Selenium. And in Cypress also you can do the cross-browsing testing. And also here we have a time travel for each and every test step. We have a here a time travel, and and also we can do the debugging as well. And here we have one more feature is called automatic waiting. In Selenium, we want to write the scripts for implicit wait and explicit wait, but in Cypress, we no need to write any. You no need to use the any implicit and explicit waits here. By default, tool itself it will wait for 20 seconds to identify the object. Here we have a Cypress will have a automatic waits sessions, and also in Cypress for every test step, it will take the screenshots. That is the advantage, one more advantage of having Cypress. Coming to the disadvantage in Cypress, it, we cannot open more than one browser at a time in Cypress. It doesn't support for multiple tabs, and also Cypress supports only for JavaScript and TypeScript. And also it does not support for mobile application testing and desktop application testing. It supports for only web application testing and API testing. And also it supports only limited browsers except Safari and Opera. It will supports almost all browsers. And also if you want to use the XPaths in Cypress, we need to install the external plugin to use the XPaths. But Cypress directly it doesn't support the XPaths, XPath selectors. Okay, so these are the advantage and disadvantage of Cypress. Coming to the software requirements, so here we require the two softwares, like one is a Node.js and Visual Studio Code, and we need to install our missions these two softwares. One is a Node.js and other one is a Visual Studio Code. So and also configuration is very easy. So compared to Selenium, so you just click on next to install the these two softwares. There is no any additional configuration setups. And difference between the Cypress and Selenium. Coming to the programming, the Cypress will support only TypeScript and JavaScript. But coming to Selenium, Selenium will support Java, Ruby, C Sharp, Python, and etc. It supports multiple technologies. And coming to the browsers, in a Cypress will support only limited browsers like Chrome, Edge, Firefox, and Electron. In Selenium, it supports mostly across all browsers. Coming to the framework, in a Cypress, we'll have only one framework, that is Mocha, Mocha, Mocha framework. And in a Selenium WebDriver, we have the so many frameworks are there, like keyword driven, data driven, hybrid, Cucumber. There are so many frameworks available in the Selenium. Next, coming to the setup, a Cypress yeah, installation and configuration is very easy compared to Selenium. So it's I mean Selenium is different and little bit complex to do the configurations. Then coming to the users, the Cypress will use the both developers and testers, and Selenium will use the only testers. and everyone know that that is no already said that Cypress is an open source and paid automation tool. Let apart from Cypress, if you required any other additional components, we have to purchase for that in Cypress. And Cypress, everyone know, Selenium, everyone know that Selenium is an open source. And also, Cypress doesn't support the mobile application testing and desktop application testing, but Selenium will support it. But we have to install some plugins to support the desktop. And for mobile testing also in Selenium, we have to install then some external plugins to like Appium, I think, so to support the mobile application testing. Okay. Then the system require coming to the system requirement, the Cypress will support the Mac and Linux and Windows as well. But coming to the Windows, minimum Windows 10 OS required, and must and should it supports only the 64-bit, and also minimum 4 GB is required. But it's better to uh, it's better to have the 8 GB for long, because the education is very fast, and you won't get the any synchronization issues. If you have the 8 GB, it's a plus for us. If you using the 4 GB means maybe sometimes we'll get the some synchronization issues. So maybe it's some difficult to automate the application as well. And thanks for watching this video. Really, if you really like my video, please like and subscribe and share my video. Thank you. Thank you so much.